Greetings people, it's Jared here, Wolfgang1, back to do another Transformers review. So, following on from Generations Warpath, I thought I'd review another Generations figure that I've had in my collection for about 10 to 12 years now, something stupid like that. And it's a figure that I've always kind of thought very, very highly of, and I guess that's because I don't fuck around with it that often. But we're just going to crack on into this, ladies and gentlemen, and you can judge for yourselves. This is the review for Generations Drift. Okay, so here is Drift in his, his drift car mode. I guess I'm not sure what kind of car this is. It might be a Mitsubishi, it might be someone else. No fucking idea at all. Dave Mentz, Smuzno, tell me, what is this meant to be? Because I've got no fucking clue at all. This figure is about, I think maybe in the region of about 12 years old now. I think this came out around about 2010, Generations line. And it was white once upon a time. This has mostly been sitting in my shelf, away from direct sunlight and away from smoke and pets and everything like that. And yet somehow the plastic has still done this strange thing where it got dirty. I've cleaned it up and everything like that, but it's still not as good as it should be. If we come around to the back, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Around the back, especially around the exhaust section, it's just a little bit yellowed, and but whatever. A little bit of paint there on the back there for the rear tail lights. Japanese sort of inscriptions and everything for the painted on the doors, and some nice red accents on the hood of the car. This doesn't hold together. This used to clip together like that, right? But now I take my thumbs away from it and it just wants to pop apart. Doesn't sit together as well as it used to, which is a bit weird considering I can't remember the last time I fucked around with this at all. Underside, you can see the robot's head and the arms and everything. There is a weapon storage. In fact, coming on to the weapons, let me come on to that quickly. He comes with one very, very long sword. Now, originally, I gave this to Generation 1 Bludgeon for quite a while until a better sword came along that I thought suited him perfectly. So it's made out of a bendy type of plastic, so your stupid fucking children aren't likely to poke their eyes out with it because they're stupid. And it comes with two of these. Now, these little hand dagger things basically fold, and they have storage in vehicle and robot mode. The problem is, these have been sitting in the holders for a decade, and as a result, now they're also made out of bendy plastic and rubbery type plastic, and as a result, they don't sit straight. Which is a bit of a shame. I've got the same issue on this one just here. So you've got left and right one. So that's a bit shit, but there we are. What can I do about it? Not a lot. There's Drift. Right. So yeah, Drift was it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool in the sense that he was like the first new character to be, I think, set or assumed to be in like the Generation 1 universe or something like that. He was the first new character that the franchise had in like sort of quite a while, if you ignore like things like the Unicron trilogy. And I tried to ignore the Unicron trilogy because damn. There's a little bit of paint chipping just on the top of there as well. I didn't realise these were painted, but you know, whatever, what do I know? Fuck all, it seems. Yeah, so Drift was the first new character that they'd done in quite a while, and as I recall, he was a bit of a big deal for that, actually. People went fucking mad for him. Rightly so. I mean, the car mode, you know, for a deluxe, the alt mode is actually quite big, and the robot mode is mostly successful. I thought it was a lot cooler when I first got it than what I think now, and I'll come on for the reasons why when I do the transformation. For the most part, everything hits the mark. Everything looks pretty cool. There is just one or two little things that bug the ever living fuck out of me, because this is me and I can't take anything at face value, can I? I can't just be happy with anything. Even things that I thought were amazing, I look back at it and I go, nah, that's bollocks. So yeah, his plastic wheels, they roll very, very nicely, as you can see. Yeah, it would have been nice if the plastic had stayed white, but you know. What am I supposed to do with that? Not a lot, really. I've tried cleaning this up the best I can, but I cannot get that any cleaner than it is. So there we are. And I love Drift. I do like this toy a lot. but because my classics collection has swapped out and changed a few times over the course of the last decade or so, Drift doesn't really quite fit the aesthetic that my classics lot have got now. So as much as I love him, he is going to a new home. He's going to a new owner who is going to love him every bit as much as I have. I would keep him, and maybe I'll end up buying him again at some stage. Who knows? But I at the moment he doesn't fit in with the design aesthetic that my classic shelf has got. So he needs to go basically. So yeah, that's Drift. That's his accessories. I did have his instruction booklet. Fuck knows where that's gone. I'm not losing any sleep over it. Let's take Drift to robot mode. Now to do that, we're going to start by pop in this hood section if at all possible, because that's tabbed together obnoxiously. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's not do that. Let's start by pulling the doors. Is it the doors? Oh, do you know what? This toy can suck a dick. Right, okay. So that's what I wanted to do. Split that apart, and then bring these hood covers, bonnet covers, over the wheel arches like that. Now, sadly, this does reveal the robot's head immediately. Okay. I normally like to do the head reveal last if at all possible, but it's not going to happen. So get that on its double hinge out the fucking way. As in, move you fucker. Right, there we are. So that reveals his very, very stylized head. And bring the wheel arches out like that. Bring the doors, get my fucking ugly hands out of the way. Bring the doors away from everything else. Now, they're all tabbed in as well, which makes things a little bit difficult. Or you just pull the fucker off. Now, I've never done that before. Oh, fucking brilliant. Yeah. Get back on the ball peg. Right. I wasn't planning for that, quite frankly. But whatever. So you need to get the doors away from the body without popping them off like that. There we go. That's right. I know it doesn't look it, but that's progress, right? Then this entire back section needs to come out and split apart, because obviously that's gonna form the legs. Cunt. Right, let's bring this up a little bit. Then we're going to fold out the legs just like this on both sides. And then these tabs down the bottom, we're going to sort of bring them back in like that. You see that? And then do something fucking awkward with it. I'm pretty sure that's not the way it's supposed to go. I'm almost positive. Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does, because I've got it the wrong way around. Haha, wanker. Right. So that, right there, is the legs. Then, these sections just at the top, let's try and show what I'm doing. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Right. These sections here on the doors, this is pretty cool. This is something I do like. The window, fold that round and collapse it in. Just like that. And then get them out to the back. Then these sections, rotate them back. Bring down this section just here. And then position, okay, on both sides. And then this section, what would have been the windshield of the car, bring that up and lock it into place. And then that, ladies and gentlemen, for all its fucking awkwardness, is Drift. Now, yay, we got to that stage. Right, so he's a cool bot, right? That I will say, he is a cool bot. The problem I have with him is clearance issues. Now, anyone who's got one of these will know what I'm talking about. These sections at the back, right? These wing skirt things are very stylized. They look very, very nice and everything like that. But trying to get him to do anything is a bit tricky because these things keep getting in the way. Okay, now they do have a second purpose. So let's get his arm out of the way. You can hold his little daggers if you want. Dagger, I'm going to stab you. Right, but if you pull this back out the window, you can slot these. I'm pretty sure I've just done that the wrong way around because, of course. Right, focus, you fuck. Focus, you fuck. Right. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to go in like that. And then you fold the handle over like this and then close that back up. So that's his handheld daggery, stabbery weapon storage thingy. Again, very, very cool move. They didn't have to include that at all. See if I can get this one in as well. You can see what I'm talking about here. The clearance issue thing is a real bastard. I personally think limits posability. He's got an amazing head sculpt. I'm just oh fuck me, I didn't realise that. And a bit of sexy light pipe in there as well. Has he got sexy light piping, or am I making that up? No, well, he has, but it's a tiny, tiny little thing in the top of his head, which gives him these lovely blue eye effect. Bring that forward. Bring that forward again. Focus, you bastard. There we are. Look at that head sculpt. That is great. It would have been nice, maybe not a white chin or something like that. I don't know, because I kind of feel like part of his face gets lost. Either that, they haven't painted enough of it. But yeah, that there is a decent sculpt. Now, obviously, Drift is supposed to be like a samurai or warrior thing. Now, the last time, to my mind, with the crying out loud, with the exception of Animated Prowl, which I don't think was quite samurai, and the last samurai bot that I could think of was Generation 1 Bludgeon. and you know my thoughts on that little piece of shit. So he's got a sword, as I said. He can hold the sword very, very nicely. I'm not going to bother putting it in his hand. Oh, actually, I will. There we are. Got a fantastic sword. He's got a very, very stylized elegance about him. That is something I cannot deny, right? However, he does suffer from these hip skirt things. Now, I know, as I said, it's supposed to represent the samurai's armor and everything like that. And he does have articulation. The problem is trying to get this fucker to do anything. Getting caught up on himself and sort of, yes, the legs can do a bit of whatever. But I think he's a little bit hampered actually by that clearance issue, which is a bastard when you're trying to transform it, and it's a bastard when you're trying to get it back into car mode or trying to get it into the bot mode and things like that. These things, these hip skirt things, side skirts, were always the bloody issue for me. They look amazing, they do, and they give it that real sort of samurai aesthetic thing, but they are, quite frankly, a cunt to prat around with. And for that detracts from the overall figure for me. Because it shouldn't be that much of a bastard. If they could have, like, if they'd been on a swivel or a hinge or something like that, they could have brought them back a little bit more to the back, and then sort of collapsed them together or something. I don't know, so it formed like a tail fin or something. But the other cool thing is he has weapon storage here as well. So on his back, there's this groove section just here, which will hold his sword very, very nicely. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That right there is Drift. I like him. I really, really do. When I got this guy, I think I got this guy for £10 originally, out of a comic book shop or Forbidden Planet or something like that. I got this guy for £10. Totally worth the money. He's absolutely amazing. He's a great toy, a great figure, very, very stylish. Lots of sculpted detail in there. You're not really seeing it because of the colour, the strange grey, but not quite grey, but not quite black colour on his arms and everything like that. But you can see like all the machinery. If I bring this forward a little bit, you can see like the sort of machinery sculpting detail behind his chest. He's got a lot going for him. He's very, as I keep saying it, he's stylized. He's wonderful to look at. He's got a little bit of weight to him, but not too much. But that's fine. Articulation in the places you'd expect to find it for a toy that's about 12 years old. But those hip skirts are a bastard. And as a result, limits the fun that I have had with this figure over the years. Hence why he's sat at the back of the classic shelf mostly, next to Vector Prime, doing literally less than fuck all. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my review for Generations Drift. I do hope you enjoyed this. This is Gerald Gambo, also known as Wolfgang One, saying I'll be back next week with more reviewing goodness, more fun and japes in my own peculiar little way. I'm going to get this guy packaged up for the next owner, who's going to be taking delivery of him, I think, sometime in the new year. So, yeah. That's Generation 2. If you haven't got one and this review hasn't detracted from your opinion of getting one and you want one, then go out and get it. If this review has made you go, yeah, I'll probably leave it well enough alone, or my particular reviewing style has gone, do you know what? No, then follow your instincts on that, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's Generations Drift. Thank you for watching this. I'll be back next week. Until then, take care.
To go.